This is the best unit in Dokkan history. Bar none, by far. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta has set a new bar, a new example, a precipice for celebration units to come. Like it is insane what this unit is going to do to the game. This game, he's been out for a day. And yes, I'm going to be glazing him this entire video. Do I really think he's the best unit in history? Yes. And I'm about to explain why. First, I'll tell you my experience. I've been playing this game since before the 2-year anniversary on Global. I've been playing this game for a very long time. I've seen every bit of good in this game. I've seen every bit of bad in this game. I have seen power creeps and power creeps. I have majority of the units in the game. Not all of them. Ironically, I don't have Gogeta. But I don't think you even need to have Gogeta to know Gogeta is good. It's one of those things that you see this unit and you know that the future of Dokkan is going to just be great. I think it was great when the 7-year anniversary units came out, because that's when they started releasing the actual like incredibly hard content. And I knew units from then on were going to be great. Or at least catered towards harder content like that. Which means you get to run more teams, get to play with more units. The game is fun. I am going to go over 2 key points and nitpicks on what makes Gogeta possibly age. And then the rest of this video will be glazing and me comparing Gogeta to other, quote, best units in history, and why I think Gogeta now takes the cake. I'm going to be kind of quick because I just attempted a mock recording of this and I was just yapping. So I'm going to move quick. Excuse me. GT Heroes is a team that is notorious for getting units, and then as soon as the celebration's over, they just don't get any help whatsoever. However, right now, we have a pretty good solid lineup for GT Heroes in these 6 right here. These 2 with the time limited buff. These 2 are about the EZA. And then these 4 are going to EZA. So we are going to have some heat coming up, right? And mind you, we still are in line for Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta EZA, as well as Super EZA, I'm sorry, as well as in Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta EZA, right? We still have units in line to EZA and Super EZA to bring this team back whenever it needs to be. It's just that they don't really do that unless there is a GT Hero unit in a celebration, which is nice when they do it. However, it's just kind of scary. But on the inverse of that, on the opposite end of that statement, if you're running the GT Heroes team, that means you're running 2 of these guys with 4-turn support, starting from the moment he enters the board. Why? I don't know. He just kind of does that. That's fine, though. The best part about GT Heroes is running 2 Gogetas. 3 if you want to count this guy. Which, by the way, this guy is very good with Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. So with Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta. Right? And the Super Saiyan 4 Goku. This guy is amazing with this Gogeta. All these units do is just help Gogeta be better. Gogeta was already good. Gogeta, you can give Gogeta no links. Just take away his links, which what makes a lot of the GT Hero units good. Take away his links, and he's still great. He's still good. The other nitpick is that he does a good defense on his super attacks, which kind of sucks. But I can't think of a unit off the top of my head where getting defense on super has really helped them stay in the game a little bit longer. Because we kind of shuffle through metas where there is kind of like long atrocious fights, and then there's short-term content that just kills you turn 1. And a couple attacks, a couple defensive super attacks isn't really going to help that. Right now, with some of these new stages, not only are they long fights, but they can just kind of blow you out the water. They have these new fights have a bajillion health, and then also deal festival level damage to you. Like, it's ridiculous. And I think if that's the mentality they're gonna go with events in the future, I don't think a little bit of raising defense on super really would help. I mean, obviously it would always help. It would always help, but I feel like if there is a jump in power creep in the future where this guy isn't as good as he is now, I don't think it's going to be that big of a jump. I think this guy will probably be. I would like to think this guy would be good for a very long time. And now that I'm done nitpicking his bad quotes, which by the way, his super attacks aren't even bad. Like, he just makes him hit harder, which is awesome. We're gonna go into everything that makes him great and why he's the best unit in the game. Best unit in the game and best unit in history. I'm gonna start with the passive and the numbers, and then I'll get into the whole, just everything about this unit that makes it to where he is like the best in history. I would like to think by far, since Beast Gohan, at least. For existing, he just gets all of this. He just launches additional super attack, 50% damage reduction, guard, crit, and attacks effective against all types. So don't build crit on this guy. In fact, he has an additional and 50% crit in his he just exists and has that, right? And he guaranteed crits and launches another super attack turn 1. This might be crazy. This might be just a crazy thought. You could just full dodge. Just go full dodge with this guy. Why? Because he's already guaranteeing turn 1, 2, 3 supers. He's AGL, so you get 5 in the potential system already. And with the other nodes, you get 2 nodes that are additional or crit. So you get another 3. So what? That's 6. So 11. You get 11 additional, and then the rest is dodge. Like, you get 3 chances for 22% to additional attack. Mind you, you don't even need it. You don't need it. Because he doesn't get defense on a super, right? That's the one thing. No defense on the super, so the additionals is just more damage, which is nice. But for longevity of this character to keep being good, which he will be for a while, but when the day comes where this guy stops being bad, dodge will help. When attacking, 300% attack. Okay, so to put this in another crazy term, quadruple your attack whenever you attack. When receiving an attack, 200% defense. Guess what this is? Triple your defense when you get attacked. When you get hit by a super attack, triple your defense again. Awesome. Oh, and if that super attack is a Ki Blast super attack, which, by the way, some of these hard fights only do Ki Blast super attacks, you have a great chance to nullify it. And let's say the other units in your team that aren't Gogeta make your health less than 70% or less, you just do it for free. Because, of course you do. After receiving 3 or more attacks, launch additional super attack. So, after turn 1, when you stop getting this, you just get it back. And he's in slot 1, so he's getting all the attacks. So you're going to be super attacking 3 times every single time with this guy. After receiving 7 or more attacks in battle, crit plus 4 ki. Awesome. Fantastic. Another reason why you shouldn't put crit in this guy. Just go full dodge. This is one of those passives that you look at and you kind of think, wow, this is really basic, right? And then you use them in game and you realize, oh, big number is awesome. That is fantastic. You don't need to have complex abilities, domains, and transformation, active skills. Not transformation, active skills, because he has an active skill that massively raises his attack and then gives him a multiplicative 70% attack and defense. Oh, and crits, because why not? But this exchange mechanic, these domain mechanics, standby skills, nonsense. This guy just exists and has this. That's and honestly, you take away all this, right? You release this like 7 years ago, and he's probably the best unit in the game. You want to know why? You don't know why he's probably the best unit in the game when you release him just like this? In the 70, did I say 7 years ago? I meant 3 years ago. Is because you have this. This was that. It was that. It was he. There was this. This is the exact same character, except he just has all of this now. He just has the hey, stay relevant part of the passive. Is that not crazy to think of? That he just needs this, and he's good for a bit. Because honestly, this guy by himself was probably pretty good for a while. It just so happened that you had to be in base before getting to him, and after a while, the Super Saiyan 4s and the gods kind of did teeter off. Now they're great because now they have all this extra shit that was just insane of them to do. This guy is just him, but turn 1, which is what we needed. And I'm gonna segue into that. The reason that this guy is definitely the best in history is because this, I believe, is the first fusion LR of the highest form. So like Blue Gogeta, Blue Vegito, Super Gogeta, Super Vegito, like that tier, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, that tier of character. This is the first we've gotten that's an LR. That's turn 1. Right? Because if we look, turn 4, turn 5, turn 5. Yes, standalone Vegito Blue as a TUR. Right? Super Vegito, TUR. Super Gogeta, TUR. Active skill. An active skill attack. Right? Transforms into him. We don't have a standalone of this kind of character. This is the first. And I would like to honestly put Beast Gohan on that list because Beast Gohan was an active skill attack. And I honestly thought that they weren't going to release a base form Beast Gohan for a while. I thought they were going to release one that transforms into him. But when they released this Beast Gohan, honestly, in my opinion, was a mistake. I think this was one of those characters that they dropped, and he was just too good. He was too good for the content at the time because what boss was killing Beast Gohan? Beast Gohan at 55% was better than, I would like to say, most of the unit, like 90 to 95% of the units in the game at 100%. Shit, you could fucking 200% a unit, and Beast Gohan would still shit on every single unit in the game at the time. But they had to make him this good because it's Beast Gohan. They wanted to make Beast Gohan that good to sell him. Obviously, it's a fucking gacha game. But it's almost like a mistake kit. Like nothing could hurt him, and he I would say he's still like he's taken a little bit of damage in these newer fights, but he's still usable. I like to think he's still usable. This is one of those units that is we're not going to see another one of these units for a while. Another thing about Gogeta, in comparison to the other best units in the game, which I will put on right now, I think are Tech Vegito, Beast Gohan, and then Super Gogeta. I think these three, you could argue, have been the best units in history. Honorable mention, I will put the Year 7 LRs because that was kind of when they started focusing on hard content and pushing units to be better for hard content. Um, and you kind of needed these guys to really progress with the game. I mean, I feel like a lot of the TURs in 2022 weren't fantastic if I'm remembering correctly. Or it could be 2023. Again, the year and the time, all the units and stuff meld together. I just remember that Super Saiyan Trunks from the fight, like when he turns into Super Trunks, was a unit. I just remember that like the other day, and I don't have him because he was dog shit and he's still dog shit. But it's like I know he was just around that time. They were one of those characters, and they also came like when they came out, they had the new fancy leader skill. Like we were on 170 categories for so long, and then they released a 200% category. And obviously now with the like 10 year, they did the same thing. They released a new kind of leader skill. Arguably, you can run some 200%. It depends on how good the leader and the 200% team is, but you can get away with it. But 220 is like that is the meta. That is like the new meta we're in. And like I was saying earlier, like Gogeta's 220 isn't even bad right now. It's actually it's actually pretty fucking good because you can run two of them. I mean that's the argument with Beast Gohan. Beast Gohan team is so good because you could run two of them. I mean Superheroes was also pretty good, but you could also run two of them. Oh, Miraculous Awakening. Oh, you mean the team that had the 6-year anniversary Easy A's, right? It you know you had two of these guys. Same thing with Tech Vegito. Like the my thing with Tech Vegito and the AGL Gogeta is that they're like mostly Tech Vegito, right? AGL Gogeta kind of get shit on in this scenario, but like slot 2 and slot 3, Tech Vegito is a god, and all you have to do is survive. If you just play the game right, you just put him in slot 2 or 3, and you kind of just win. And the best thing about it, what I like to do when I run this team, is because I'm mostly running Fuse Fighter. That's usually the team I'm running. Is I'll just bring characters that are good enough for slot 1, slot 2, and I'll just float these guys. I'll just float them and let the other units kind of have fun. And then as soon as I'm able to turn into Vegito, I just let the game play itself. This is one of those units you kind of when he comes out, he just kind of plays the game himself with his active skill. He has a scouter. He counters, which do tens of 20s of 30s of millions of friggin' damage. Like why? And I want to point out something. If you look at the basic effects right here, can you let me highlight? Look at these basic effects. 100% additional key, guard, damage reduction, launch additional attack, support. What does that look like? What is that? Is that something? Is that a little similar? Am I crazy? What is it missing? The support. Oh, mind you, it's turn 1 right here for 4 turns. And yes, it is a one-time buff of 70% defense and 3 key for 4 turns. So, from a basic effect, from a just existing standpoint, this guy is this guy, but turn 1. We have an insane 10th anniversary headliner unit. You have to survive 4 turns to transform into turn 1. Basic effect wise, obviously, the stuff down here is a little bit different. He has 4 lines of text while Gogeta has, oh, I don't know, fucking 6. And they all just let him get more defense and do more damage and counter, nullify counter, more attacks, more crits. Oh, and then he has an active skill that just does more Borgillion damage and then gives him Borgillion defense. Oh, and lets his attacks become crits because yeah. This guy is great in Festival. Gogeta doesn't stack. I still think Gogeta would be great in Festival. I am done talking about Vegito. They are so close together, and as far as like time wise goes. When I'll say this, when Tech Vegito was released, I didn't think there was going to be another unit like Tech Vegito for a while. There really still isn't. Like, we don't have a unit that could just sit here and counter and just deal a bajillion damage. We have the physical Vegito Blue, but he's a T-War, so he's kind of, he doesn't have these LR. Like, he has easy A stats, right? But like, being able to make all the attacks direct you while countering, while getting crit. Oh, just kidding. You don't need this crit right here, because when you do this, you just get all crits anyways. Quadrupling your defense, multiplicative, quadrupling your defense, and then getting 10% attack for every attack received after everyone targeting. Like, this guy. I thought this guy was like him and AGL Gogeta. I thought they were gonna be like standalone, right? I'm not talking about like the Vegito and like the actual Vegeta and Goku units. I thought these units were gonna be their own units, their own kind of units, and their own thing for a while. And then they drop AGL Gogeta, who is this turn 1. I also want to point out that this is something with animation goes, or as far as animation goes, is that we've kind of seen that they really set up the animation's 10th anniversary with this guy, AGL Gogeta. I think the Super Saiyan 2 Gohan of the 10th anniversary has amazing animations. I think the Vegeta has great animations. I think the backflipping shit is so funny. The Super Saiyan 3 Goku, all of these animations are great. And then we get to let me pull them up. But then we get to the Future Saga units. Where are they? These two. And the Goku's kind of right? Goku's animation's kind of I like them, but they're kind of Why the hell did all the budget go into this guy's animations? As well as this guy. This guy has amazing animations. And like Zamasu's is good too, right? Zamasu's is pretty good. It's just like nothing like kind of crazy happens in Zamasu's. But Goku Black's KO screen is one of my favorite. It's so good. And then Vegeta's Final Flash looks so good. And their active skill animations look so good. They're with the active skills, they kind of have like this weird, I don't even know what to even call it, but it looks so smooth. And I'm not saying this in a way of like, because obviously all of Dokkan's animations recently have been smooth, they've been great. There is something about these animations that they flow so well. Like it's hard for me to explain it. I can explain it perfectly by showing this, guys. Hold on. Shout out to Truth. Like this, the whole intro looks good. Fantastic. That weird, it has like a weird flowing effect to it. Am I crazy? I want to point out as well, this is the best frame in the game. This is just the best frame you will ever see in the game. This is the best super attack animation in the game. I would argue that this is better than some active skills. Gogeta is so strong, he's breaking the fourth wall. This is a super attack you see right before Gogeta kills the fucking boss. And like these are animations you see on a unit that is transformed already. Like look at that. That in this frame too, this just is just raw. That's just raw. We get the counter animation, which is very goofy. but still, it looks great, right? It still looks very good. See, like, there's like it's like shadowing. I think it's shadowing and lighting that they've added to this that makes it look so good, right? Am I insane? Like, that, it just, they have set a new standard. They have set a new standard for animations. Oh, and don't forget, right? In case those weren't good enough, arguably one of the best KO screens, if not the best KO screen in the game. He has animations of a transform unit. Because Tech Vegito kind of has that same similar effect with the lighting and everything like that. And, you know, Beast Gohan obviously is also from a time where animations were really good. His animations are great. I love his animations. I'm a Gohan stan, though. I'm a little bit biased. This unit has set a new bar for celebration units. At least of this tier. I think there's like a handful of characters you can pick, like Super Saiyan 4 Goku, Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, Rose, you know, Blue Gokus and your Blue Vegetas. There's a handful of characters that you have, right, that you should give them good animations, right? They have to be good animations. And then you have Super Saiyan 4 Gogetas. You have your Blue Gogetas, Blue Vegetas, Super Gogetas that will have good animations because this guy's out. When we get the other Roses and Blue Gokus and Goku Blacks and all these other like premium Carnival LRs and Dokkan Fest LRs, we're gonna look at those animations and then go back to this guy and be like, they're just not as good. They're not as good. They put, I think when I saw Rose and his Rose and Vegeta, I was like, oh, part two's animations are gonna be okay. And like, I like Omega's animations. I'm a fan of all the extreme units. Again, bias. I like Omega's animations. This guy's animations are timeless. They're literally timeless. You have a 12 key super attack where he's waving at you. The game has started to interact with us. The game is trying to talk to us now. I've been yabbering for a while. But to kind of, I'm kind of shuffling into my tabs now. To move on to one of my last points I want to make, and that's in comparison. Mind you, honorable mentions are these guys, as far as like the best units in the game ever go, because these guys kind of set a new like bar for like power creep, new leader skills, all that. I would argue that they were one of the best units in history. But you have to discuss this guy. This is not a great passive look, but this is when he was at his prime. The infamous, you either had him or you don't. That's this unit. You either had him or you don't. And I will be 100% honest with you. I did not play during this time. I was watching during this time. I was watching a few things, like a few videos and whatnot. Knowing that they had the lower rates for this guy is insane. He had an insane leader skill at the time. Crazy effect, right? He was one of those characters, you either had him or you didn't. Your account was just bad if you didn't have him. I think the same statement can be said for this guy. Because do you have LR Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta? Not the Super Saiyan 4 Duo that transform into Gogeta. Do you have the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta? The LR Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta? Not Tech TUR, not Int TUR. Do you have the LR Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta? That is the same. That is the same exact feeling you get looking at this guy. You either have him or you don't. And just as like a fun fact, these new events, these new stages, it's this guy just destroys them. He just destroys them. Damage wise, he can't take damage. Do you need him to beat the events? Probably not. It helps, but probably not. Is he you either have him or you don't in that case? Maybe. You know, having this guy helped with a lot of events back in the day. But this is the only premium standalone fusion that we have. And mind you, we have 4, is that right? 4 other ones that need to be released. Standalone Super Vegito, standalone Super Gogeta, standalone Vegito Blue, standalone Gogeta Blue. I would argue that you could put, Beast Gohan on that level. At the time, Beast Gohan was crazy. I still think we need a standalone Orange Piccolo. Personally. Again, bias. And I think I'd be crazy to say we like a standalone Ultra Ego Vegeta would be on that list. Will it happen? This guy has set the bar. And we need to stay above that bar. Because that will let this game thrive for a while. Thank you for watching.